in my life, scholar will not come and guide me on day-to-day basis. But Qur'an is there as a light for every single individual instance of my life. Every single individual human being must ask this question. Must. Religion is talking about God. So this line of thinking goes against the basic morality. And see, everywhere, all your intelligence agencies and everything, if you believe as a divine, this has no consequences, this is okay, you can do anything. This is what we see in Gaza.
Today we begin with the fundamental question. How do we bring the Quran back to the center of our lives? Not just as a sacred text we recite, but as the reference point for how we think, judge, and live. Why are we Muslim? Is our faith inherited or consciously chosen? Because faith that survives honest questioning becomes strong. Faith that remains unexamined remains fragile. At some point, the Quran shifted from being our fundamental anchor to becoming largely ritual. We honor it, but do we think through it? And in a world where human desire often sits at the center, have we slowly pushed revelation to the margins? To explore these questions, I am joined by my esteemed guest in the studio, Abdul Hasib Jadoon. Hasib is an IT professional and has a keen interest in Quranic studies. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
How are you, Hasib?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. I would like to begin by asking a very personal question, Hasib. What got you interested in Quranic studies?
This is a wonderful question. So, since I get like a little bit of consciousness, even my 8th grade or 6th grade, I was interested and I was in love with Quran. I was always listening to the Quran and in radio station. I remember in Pakistan, the Quranic tilawah started.
Yes.
And I used to listen. I was laying on the bed. I used to listen that tilawah. And then slowly they started with Urdu tarjuma.
Okay.
Translation. And then I started building what Quran is saying.
Yeah, okay.
And then I started, when I go out, I talk to people about this. And people will discourage, okay, you will be misguided and things.
Just by listening?
Just by listening,
Okay.
you will be misguided. No, you need scholarship.
Yeah.
I thought if I have a good knowledge, I'll come with the better questions, better reasoning. I'll ask scholar a good question.
Yeah.
At least. And then in my life, scholar will not come and guide me on day-to-day basis. But Quran is there as a light for every single individual instance of my life. That's where I started. And then, of course, once you get mature, your maturity gets better, and you hit with, and then all the scholars, the good scholars, because you have a foundation.
Yeah.
Now you listen to the good scholars. Now you listen to those who value the Quran.
Yeah.
That's where I found Dr. Israr. At that time, like in year 2010,
Yeah.
I listened to the Bayan al-Quran at that time.
Yeah.
Entire. In my school, and I used to give Bayan al-Quran to my class. I used to give in my university.
Yeah.
There are 4 or 5 kids, guys in my class. They started listening to Bayan al-Quran because I just introduced them, and they love it.
Yeah, that's very good. So I would say, Hasib, you are blessed from very early age that you, like you use the word love with the Quran. So this is this is very emotional, very personal relationship. So alhamdulillah, this is very good anecdote of your life, your early life. Thanks for that. So coming to the topic that we are actually wanting to discuss, like I said in my intro, the faith of any human being, be it Muslim, non-Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, atheist, whoever, are our faiths. We are trying to be very unbiased here, right? And that also is a matter of honesty, because this topic is very sensitive to human survival, not only in this world, but also hereafter. So we are trying to be very unbiased and ask a very neutral question. So that's why I'm laying the foundation that doesn't matter what faith denomination you are born in, are our faiths chosen or simply inherited?
Yeah, this is a very important question. And every single individual human being must ask this question. Must. For me, he must ask. Why? Because we are a product of our environment. We are shaped by our environment. You think that you have an individual personality. We are shaped by history. We are shaped by our schooling system. We are shaped by our parents. We are shaped by environment. And we live with that. Now, if I come to religion with the question that I have already biased view towards any worldview, then I will come with a bias in my mind. I'll confirm that bias. That's whatever we human always do.
Yeah.
For that purpose, even if with my own self, what I did, when I get matured, I have to scrutiny. Even for sectarianism, you have Shia, you have Sunni, you have all this in Islam.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I forget about Islam. I have to see Christianity, I have to see Judaism, I have to see foundation. And first and the foremost question, what religion is talking about? Religion is talking about God. Does God, it is necessity, our existence, the existence of God is necessity or not? That is the foundational question we should ask.
Let me put a pause here, Asif. You said religion, the main question that religion talks about is the existence of God.
Yeah.
Just in a very brief answer, if you can, does all the world religions that we know of today, do they talk about God?
If you go in all the history, the cornerstone is God. Maybe it's twisted. Even if you go into the remote, there will be a higher being, spirit or something that is not part of this universe.
Yeah.
Something is beyond, something is greater, above, is above there somewhere. They have this concept. But this concept is consistent throughout the
The
humanity.
concept of God.
God is consistent. If you go into the history of, like, suppose in islands people are living, they have some sort of a higher power concept. This is scientifically,
Yeah.
we have the data that
Yeah.
they have this sort of a concept.
I would like to second your thoughts on that. Even for Aboriginal people of Australia or any native people of the pre-modern times, the concept of a god or a super entity, right, a higher power has always been there,
Always.
and that is the subject matter of
Yes,
religion.
exactly.
Yeah. So now that's all right. Since all the world religion in one form or the other, they actually talk about God. Can we talk about can dependent things fully explain their own existence? What I mean is everything, whatever we see, even our own existence, even the room that we are sitting in today recording this show, it was created some point at time. So this means all what exists is dependent, right? So can dependent things fully explain their own existence without someone else being in control?
So for now we are questioning either God exists or not exists. This is the foundational question, every human. For this, we have multiple arguments. First and foremost, we live in this universe as a dependent. Are we dependent or independent? Our existence, or any of the existence in the universe, our sun, our moon, or anything, is it independent or it's connected?
Yeah.
If you go into the atom, molecule, DNA, everything is dependent.
Yeah.
And we are infinitely dependent upon each other. This is the infinite regress. They say contingency argument. If you go in all the economics, all the sources, when they talk about every single, you will scrutinize, you will see every single thing is dependent. Every single thing.
Like what you're saying is everything is kind of interconnected.
Interconnected.
So one thing cannot survive without the other.
Correct.
Right.
So like, you cannot exist without your parents.
Yes.
Your parent cannot exist without their parents.
Yes.
Their parent cannot exist. So you you go back,
Yeah.
there's some sort, somewhere you started. Somewhere. Similarly, you have like any microorganism.
Yeah.
It has the beginning. It started from somewhere.
You're right. Yeah.
Anything. And we know there is nothing that can, something cannot come from nothing.
You're right. Yeah.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
There is something that it comes from something. And something can never produce, nothing can never produce something. And this is continuous. You go again, and again, you'll see it. Now, in this point of reference, let's see. So we see our existence. I am living here. That means from this, there are infinite independent thing cannot exist. That means necessitates there must be something that cannot depend. And along with that, that must have no beginning, that transcend the time and space. The time is not the time we calculate from seconds and minutes, because this is not the reference point. The time is whenever you created. You are born, you came into existence, from there to there you have a time. Similarly, you are born on the time where actually time was born. Time has the beginning. Time itself has the beginning. And that beginning, on that beginning, universe came in. You say Big Bang, yes?
Yeah.
Big Bang itself didn't came into the vacuum. Before Big Bang, there was something. That something came from where?
Yeah.
It came from something.
Yeah.
Then comes infinite regress.
Yeah.
You need, and it's self-existence of time on which everything is, that means time has beginning.
Okay. Yeah.
And
makes
that
sense.
independent thing, which is no beginning, no end, must exist. Otherwise, we cannot exist.
Yeah, that will be an infinite regression.
Infinite regress. Infinite regress absolutely goes back. There must be something, someone which is independent of these entities.
Yeah.
So that is, some will say God, some will say whatever higher power that exists. That without any revelation, without any tool, we can go to this infinite dependency, we can recognize. And this is Imam Ghazali's argument. This is Imam Ghazali's argument, not. And it's all Christian worldview and all other worldview. When you go into the theology, this argument stems from it. You have to start questioning. You go open the Google argument, 3 or 4 argument will go on. And this is one of the core argument you will come up.
Yeah.
Second is a design argument,
Yeah.
which okay, you have a phone in your hand.
Yeah.
You see, somebody has designed it. So that means your presence means some designer is. Yes, I do have a phone. Yes, somebody has. But I don't care. Who is it? I don't care.
Yeah. Who is the manufacturer?
Who
of
is
this?
now I'm not dependent.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
just
care.
pay
There's
the
no
price
relation.
and they are happy with it.
But my dependency, even for my existence, my next step cannot happen, because in order to have that next step, you need infinite dependencies. And all the infinite dependency can only happen when he allows it.
Yeah.
So that means there's no reality without him. This world doesn't exist at all, actually.
Yeah.
Because he is the one as a source, as a dependent, and he has such a power that it cannot move any step. It cannot even exist without him. He allows that. And how he does in a metaphysical world, the time itself, every single instance is new created, and then on the top, everything is created.
Yeah. You just mentioned he allows it, or he
He
moves
or something,
it.
yeah.
So are you talking about God, or
First, we don't care. When we bring the concept of God, now we see, okay, religion comes in.
Yeah.
And everybody will say, okay, it's old story. It's
Yeah.
the same story. It's a myth. It's
Yeah.
reality. Regardless of. Now we name it something, someone, whatever. But it has a necessary attribute.
Yeah.
What attributes it? He must be independent. He must not depend on anything.
yeah,
All knowing. Because without knowledge, you cannot do.
Yeah.
And he has absolutely control over every single, because every single thing is dependent.
yeah,
So he cannot lose control at all the time.
yeah,
So he must be all powerful, all knowing, all wise.
Yeah.
Because it requires the wisdom.
Yeah.
And all the attributes, when you align, and these are infinite attributes. Because for this, you need all the attributes. And those attributes point towards one entity. People call it God, whatever, but that necessitated his existence must exist.
yeah. His existence must be there for all the other existence to exist.
Exists, correct.
Right. So he is the necessary being,
Necessary
and
being.
everything else, whatever we see, whatever we know, whatever we don't know, is a dependent being.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There is also a discussion amongst the people, the modern people, like, we don't question anyone's intention, right? But people say that this is the only life that we live, and the life of this world is the only life, and there is no afterlife, for example, which is the basic argument behind the religions.
Yeah.
Like the first argument is the existence of God, and then the religions also, heavily preach about the life hereafter, right? So how can you prove or justify the existence of a life after this life?
Now, we need to see what sort of a creature we are. We are moral creature. Moral creature, we make choices. And each choices we make has the consequences. Our entire worldview standing on this moral fabric. Either you live in atheist world, either you live in religious world, any world, the stealing is wrong. There's an objective morality that exists. And without that, society cannot function.
That's the being like very human being.
If you are a human being, every society across the board, you live any country in the world, you see they have some sort of ruling around these.
Yeah.
Nobody believes that stealing is right.
Yeah.
Nobody believes that killing is right.
Yeah.
You can kill in fighting. Everybody believes because there is reasoning for that.
Yeah.
And then why we need to kill then these are the complex matter. For this, when we go further, then divine guidance is must. That's other direction. But for the time being, what we see as a moral fabric, as a moral human being, because we are judged by the society, that necessitates there's a judgment.
Yeah.
You have a moral choice. Whenever you make a moral choice, there must be a judgment. There must be consequences. But we see this world lack consequences because there are a lot of leadership in the world. They are corrupt. They lived a corrupt life entire their life, and they lived a luxurious life in this world. Yeah. They have all the luxuries, and they went away with no consequences.
Yeah, you're right. Throughout the history, even modern times, the time that we are living in, we see a lot of corrupt people stealing money from other people, stealing public money, and living a life that anyone would want to live. Right.
So that necessitates there must be a global judgment day.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Without any book, without any knowledge.
I remember Dr. Israr, since you mentioned him in the beginning, he also used to give an argument to support the concept of a life hereafter. If there is a young person, let's say he's in his 20s, and the argument is other way around. If there is an old person, let's say he has lived all his life, he's like 80 years old man, right? Yeah. And there was an argument with a young person. That other person B is in his, let's say, 25. He just married, he just got his first baby, for example, a happy family, right? So he's a father of one kid, young wife, he himself is young, full of life. And this old guy, this old person, he's just trigger happy. He just kills him with the knob of a twig, right? And that young person dies. Yeah. The system of this dunya, what justice they can bring to this family, to the person who just got martyred, who just got died. You will maximum, you will hang him, give him capital punishment, or in most countries, you will imprison him for life. Wow. Is that justice? A life is being taken, a life of a family being ruined, a husband is lost, a father is lost. And this person, he's living on public money in a jail. Is this justice? Exactly. So his argument was that this is enough for people of wisdom to understand that there has to be another life where everything is judged and recounted and reckoned for in proportion, right? Exactly. So because this is one life is lost and the whole family got dismantled, uprooted, upheaved. So of course we understand that this dunya, the way this dunya works, this world works is on a moral scale, it is an unjust world. Like you mentioned, there are corrupt politicians, for example, or people in power, and stealing public money and living a very luxurious life, while the people who pay taxes, it's their blood and sweat they live on. Yeah. So definitely there has to be another life so that the people who have been oppressed in this world, they get their due share in the life hereafter. So definitely we understand from this argument, and again going back to our basics, we are trying to be unbiased here. Yeah. Although from our faces, our audience might think that they want to drive their own agenda or their own point home. But as you can see, the discussion so far, it is pretty much unbiased. If we take a step further, what do you reckon, Hasib, where the law or the, okay, law might be a very heavy term, but where would the guidance of being right and wrong should come from?
Yeah, that's another good question. Like, now we are a moral being. Certain morals are universal. Kill. Now, certain morals are not universal. You cannot come to universal. You need guidance. Like, for example, you kill somebody. We know this is wrong, but there are certain moral questions in human life. We did the traffic signal. Yes.
Yeah.
It's wrong or not?
Yeah.
Objectively, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Is it objectively wrong?
Like running the red
No,
light?
red light.
Yeah.
Is it objectively wrong? It's in society like this,
Yeah.
we are following. In Pakistan, we are not following. In other society, we are not. There's something. Similarly, there are certain criteria. What to eat. Your dietary. You can eat dog, cat. What sort of thing you need? You need certain sort of guidance. Which is good for you. You can drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Is it permissible?
Yeah.
You can drink it. Certain thing. And similarly, we need by design. So you got judgment, yes? How to live a life, a pious life, the way God wants. For that we need a guidance. And you will see there's a consistent theme in human society that God, when we look around, go back 6,000 years ago, yeah? Every single, we will see some sort of a messenger, some sort of a leadership that gave the concept, a moral concept, and based on that moral concept, that shifted, that built the human worldview. For example, this is a big, heavy now going.
Yeah.
So why guidance is important. Okay, what God is necessity, yes?
Yeah.
When God is necessary, now how he communicate with us,
Yeah.
what he wants from us.
Yeah.
Okay, we recognize him. How actually he build a relationship with us is through guidance. That is his divine will, his wisdom. Through that, he is guiding us every single aspect of our personal life, our society, and every single tangent and it's necessary. Because if he exists, and otherwise he created a world for just play.
Yeah.
He was playing around and he created it
And
for nothing.
that's a concept in Hinduism, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Even in the Qur'an,
Yeah.
Allah said, did he created this universe for out of play?
Yeah.
No, there is a purpose. Every single thing has a purpose. And we human has a purpose.
Yeah.
We must have a purpose.
You're right. Yeah.
And that purpose need, we can identify. And we are subjective human being. We will come up with all sort of different purposes around the world. That's what's happening in human reasoning. We cannot identify what is woman, what is man, what all single things we are now confused with.
Yeah.
But God, when it gives you entire purpose of your life. That guidance is deriving this, not this, your justice system, your individual justice system. Even though you are injustice happened to you, it gives you a hope that there is another reckoning. You will be saved.
Yeah.
You have a hope. Otherwise, there's last week in Canadian woman,
Yeah.
she killed around eight kids in the school.
Okay.
Why? Because she think there's no purpose in life. Similarly, there was in Australia.
Yeah.
There's a autistic mom. She killed two of his kids.
Two of her kids, yeah.
Two of her kids.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's unbearable. And you are saying there's nothing exists. And she has to do what? For this life, he is working day and night for this case.
Yeah.
And you are thinking, for her, there's nothing. And what she has to do? You cannot offer her counseling, advice, everything. She needs something.
Yeah.
And you are offering what? There's no life after this. You suffer, and you die.
Yeah.
And what she does, she goes and kills her own kids.
So
This is what
kind of there is no hope for
No
like
hope.
specifically for this person you
Yes.
just mentioned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you need guidance
Yeah.
here. For individually,
Yeah.
yes, there is a hope. This life is a test for me.
Yeah.
It's just a temporary thing.
Yeah.
I have to live. I have to cope. In my family, yes, one of my cousin, she has a son, a daughter. She's just born with fragile bone. Such a fragile bone, you cannot lift her. If she lift her, she will die. Her bone will be broken. That's the condition. It's the rarest disease she has.
Yeah.
Now she has to look after her. She's now around 7 years, I think 8 years. She has been looking after her for entire. And you know what she's saying?
Yeah.
She's saying, at least I have somewhere. I have something.
Yeah.
And you say nothing.
Yeah.
This is insane world we are creating.
you're
This is like insane world.
Now that's all right. So we established so far in our discussion, Hasib, that all the existence that we observe around us and even our own existence, it mandates independent, necessary being,
Yeah.
which you call it God, you call it superpower, whatever you wanna name it. And we also established that this life, in a moral sense, is an incomplete life. This world, there has to be another life, another realm where justice is given in full.
Yes.
What we call like afterlife, or the life hereafter, right? And then that necessary being, because he is all wise, all powerful, and he wants all the humans or all the existence to succeed forever and ever. In that life, in the life hereafter, he would give guidance, right? And that guidance cannot come from you and me, from the peer level. It cannot.
It cannot.
Right. So guidance would also come from that all-knowing and all-wise, for the use of a better term, God.
Yes.
Right. So can you tell us how God guides actually?
Yeah, that's another thing. There is a consistent mechanism. If you see the history, God is consistent. This is, we say Sunnah, like a consistent mechanism throughout, regardless of religion. You'll see He sends the messenger and the book. Book is tangible. Messenger came 6,000 years ago, and we don't have that proof. He may be at that time where he was alive, he can show miracles, he can advance attestation. But that memory, we are not living in.
Yeah, messengers are like mortal beings, so they are also human beings.
Exactly.
So they have a finite life. Anyways.
Life.
Yeah.
They have to go.
Yeah.
And now, after their time, we need something tangible. And that tangible thing, mostly we recognize what it is. There's two things: oral history or oral communication from one to another. And second is the tangible book, which we can trace back actually belongs to him or not. The author or whoever is saying.
Yeah.
Which must be tangible. Otherwise, I can create all the stories, you have to believe, and then it becomes a religion with no anchoring at all. No right, wrong, because everybody is talking about, and it can shape. And mostly what happens, the power shape the narrative. Mostly the vulnerable people, they don't have power at all in their hands. And they are at this, in the life, they're at difficult position. They never talk. Nobody give them platform.
Yeah.
Nobody give them people of power. They are, orphan is always abused.
They're the lower end of
Lower
the spectrum.
end. And you see in the podcast, in the hierarchy, all those people are always marginalized. Always marginalized. So they will not have that say. And the other thing is, you don't have that confidence, because confidence require that fabric around you, that connections around you. And these people never have that opportunity. So now they are abused. You see the world now and before. Always the case. So this is another thing. Now from this, where we are, I have been in the train of thought. I lost it. Let's go back.
So my question was that since guidance is necessary and it is one aspect of a higher authority or a superpower or a God, what we call, how, like in what sense God guides? What is his mechanism to guide? And you mentioned that it has to come from, with two things. One is a messenger who is a human being, another human being, and then he has to bring a tangible form of revelation,
Revelation. Correct.
from that higher
Which
power,
we can scrutinize.
which we can scrutinize.
Now, we have to come into our world because I am not talking philosophy.
Yeah.
I have to guide myself.
Yeah.
We have to live in reality.
Yeah.
We are not like it's thought and knowledge and thing.
Yeah.
Because when there is a judgment, then there are consequences. So I have to be serious about this.
Yeah.
So now, in our hand, we have only three options. Either it's one is atheism.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense because of the contingency argument.
Yes.
Because in the reckoning,
Yeah.
they reject this.
So you can say we demolished or we rejected.
We rejected. Atheism is
Yeah.
gone now. Now we have either Judaism, either Christianity, or Islam, or Hinduism. But if you scrutinize Hinduism, it will quickly, because it contradicts its own fabric. So you can see they are talking, there is one God, and he's saying you should not make any idol of that God,
Yeah.
and your entire worldview is around that.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
You're right. Yeah.
So if that's gone, okay, you have Judaism and Christianity and Islam.
Yeah.
Now, Christianity claims that there's only one God. And then they say the problem of Christianity comes that there is three in one.
Yeah.
That Jesus is one of the three.
One of the Godhead. as
Godhead,
they- yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
So they're not saying in a physical world.
Yeah.
They're saying in a metaphysical. And Jesus' existence is must. He must exist.
Yeah.
That is the concept of salvation come.
Yeah.
In order to get the salvation and to get rid of the law of Judaism, they must. And before that, before Christianity, we go to Judaism first because Judaism is prior.
Yeah.
Let's go into the Judaism.
Yeah.
Judaism, when you go and read 5 books of Moses,
Yeah.
and then they have their tradition.
Yeah.
You scrutinize. You don't need to go anywhere. You just scrutinize the Torah.
Yeah.
The moral fabric of Torah, you read Genesis, you read Exodus, it's actually the moral fabric which we universally believe, it failed that layer.
How
For
would it feel that?
For example, simply, Judaism comes from who?
Moses?
After Moses, mostly it's from Isaac.
Okay.
From Isaac, then it comes from Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you read
No,
the
but like Moses has said, alayhi salam, because
Yeah.
he got
but
the
Bani
Torah, right?
Israel,
Yeah.
Bani Israel,
Yes.
it's the from Israel. And who is Israel?
Yaqub.
Yaqub alayhi salam.
Jacob.
Jacob. Yeah. Jacob is the key.
Yeah.
Now read the story of Jacob in Genesis. How he got the prophethood. You know, his elder brother are supposed to get the prophethood. And his mom, Rachel, she said, go and give this food to your father and give his blessing so your other brother cannot get. So he stole the blessing. That is the fact. That is the book talking about.
Yeah.
And they claim this is the divine book. So that means if I can steal something and I can have that control,
Yeah.
that means my moral compass is gone now.
And this stealing is not stealing of a small amount of money. It's stealing of profit.
Entire prophethood.
Yes.
And they admit it.
Yeah.
And then if you go and read the Genesis again, when Yusuf alayhi salam, when his father is blessing his elder son, he said, no, bless my second son. Why is he saying? Because if you go back, Ismail was the elder son, and Isaac must be blessed. And all the nation will be blessed through Isaac alone. This is the fabric of this. And that went into the tribalism, and that's what we see right now.
Yeah.
So this line of thinking goes against the basic morality. And see, everywhere, all your intelligence agencies and everything, if you believe as a divine, this has no consequences, this is okay, you can do anything. This is what we see in Gaza now.
Yeah.
Because you, in your moral fabric, in your religion, in your core fabric, you believe in this.
Yeah.
And for you, the land is important,
Yeah.
the morality is not important anymore.
Land is important and bloodline is important.
Yes.
And nothing else.
Nothing else. So
Yes.
you cannot take this.
Yeah, yeah. So if we take a next step into Christianity, as you were saying that the basic concept of Trinity
Yes.
in Christianity, where God is a triune God.
Triune God.
You know,
And it
where,
must.
where Father is God in the heavens, and the Son is God, and the Holy Ghost, and they are not three gods but one, which
One.
is probably a bit problematic to
Problematic.
explain. I was also thinking while you were mentioning this prior that if the Son is a must, then God becomes dependent on Son. But we established earlier that God has to be independent, right? So that defeats the purpose.
Now you have to see how Christians talk about. You have to go in their shoes. You have to see how they build this theology.
Yeah.
They says it's not you are seeing in the current world.
Yeah.
This is happening in uncreated world. So God in uncreated, before time of creation, even the time is created through that Son.
Through Jesus.
Through Jesus, in the creation, in the mind of God, in abstract layer. They're not talking about. They're not saying what layman Christian believes. If you go into the theology, they will say, in the God mind, it is necessity you have a Son, and through that Son, all the creation exists. Because God is a loving God, you need a loving relationship. And that loving relationship creates the creation.
Okay.
That is their foundational question, their theological basis. And then how it's formulated, we see this is all after theologians come up with most of the discussion. But if you go into the history, what happened? Isa alayhi salam came. He never thought about this. You read the 4 Gospels. Yes, there is the remnants because these Gospels are written under the teaching of Paul. Yeah. But if you read Isa alayhi salam and Jesus, he himself explicitly never say this thing. This is in the beginning, there was Word, and Word became flesh. This, if you read this is Neoplatonic thought process that existed at the time of Jesus, at the time of Greek mythology, that exists. And the same line of reasoning Greek took, because Greek are the one who wrote this entire biblical sources. And they wrote the Gospels, and they are the source behind it. And they had the worldview already as a Romans, and they have imported this, which is, if you see, which is in contrast with Judaism. Foundation and fabric of Judaism is never be this. But they brought, because they mixed from Bani Israel, from Israelites, it came to Gentiles now. Because message was supposed to be with Jews. But now you have to move from Jews to Gentiles, and the problem is, I have to just wrap it up because we have to move on. Second issue is Jesus, okay, it's there. Issue of salvation is important because Jesus died for the sin of humanity. And through, then the Paul brings up, he dies, if he dies, then through the sacrifice of his God's Son, you get the ultimate salvation. So you are not bound, no more bound by law. In Jewish law, you must follow the law. You must, and there's the reasoning, they were abusing the law. If you read the 4 Gospels, you'll see Isa alayhi salam continuously talking about the way you are using the law, like we Muslims are using now. It's the same thing. We used with Raymond Davis. We misused it, mistreated it. Everywhere we will see Muslim world, you go in Saudi, they are doing the same thing.
2-3 laws, as there are layers in the society according to their socio-economical levels, the laws change accordingly.
And for the person of power, it is different.
So far, Asif, we have established that atheist worldview has nothing to offer to the humanity. We spoken about Hinduism. There are so many problems in Vedas and whatnot. We have spoken about Judeo-Christian tradition.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me ask the big question: does Islam and Qur'an stands the test of time?
Yeah, that's very important question. First of all, we have to go for independence. Islamic tradition will claim something, and we have multiple traditions. We take all the data. We have historical data now, independent historian working on. We have inscription-based data. We have current historian working. We have middle, like Islamic own tradition, and we have Western tradition, which were not Muslim. They have their memory. We have to now see all this data and analyze it.
Yeah.
First thing is Quran claims it's preserved. It is preserved. If you go and research, you need 3 or 4 months. Go secular study, Muslim studies, whatever. We have a story, what we traditionalists says at the time of Osman radiallahu ta'ala, that Quran was preserved.
Yeah.
Quran there were 4 manuscripts, it was sent to the empire and it was preserved. If you go back, we have around 90% of manuscripts with folios, which is carbon dated. You can see which era it belongs. And we have. And if you see the fabric of those manuscripts, they are well preserved. Well preserved. Almost entirety of Quran is well preserved. This is the only book. If you go for human history, this is the only book that stands this test. Nothing. If you go for any book, no other book will stand this sort of preservation.
Yeah.
I mean, you test it, common testing, everything,
Yeah.
you will come. And secular historian, forget about Muslims. They will confirm that. They will not believe they don't believe in God. But they will confirm
Yeah.
that this book is preserved. The way this is book, and you know what other book is preserved? What other book?
No, I don't know.
Other book is preserved in similar manner is Torah.
It's Torah. Okay.
Torah, before Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If you go over the same scrutiny, the Masoretic text, Septuagint, is same way preserved. But there is preservation is for human. Here God promised in the book that I'll preserve, and the way it's preserved, the way Torah is preserved, there's it is preserved, but there's a gap of around 1,000 years something. And then you have a preservation. It's preserved. It's far better preserved than the Christianity.
Yeah. Okay.
Torah is far better preserved than the Gospels. And then we have
So
Quran.
what I understand, Torah is preserved from the time it was revealed until 1,000 years. We don't know what happened in between, and since that 1,000 year up till now, so it's been in the same shape.
In the same shape.
Yeah.
The same shape. And it's preserved.
But what happened in those 1,000 years?
We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah.
We don't know what story shape. We
Yeah.
know there is some sort of changes.
Yeah.
We can, historically, there was deviation from. We have the Qumran, like in Deadly Scroll, Dead Sea Scroll, and all this, we have information, and we can scroll, and scholars have done all their research, and there is changes. And they believe that this Torah is a human construct. Torah cannot be
From the God.
from the God.
Yeah.
But they will say the same thing for is Quran.
Yeah.
But they cannot prove
Yeah.
that how from this entire fabric, this worldview emerged.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
historian. I was listening to the Patricia Corona, and she spent all her life exploring the Quran. And she was talking about, and she said this book came into existence out of nowhere. I don't know. I cannot, as a historian, I need to prove.
Yeah.
But you are saying this came from the desert, and then she created his own mythical story that Quran came from Jordan, and then 1,000 years ago, and that's how, and that, after she 85 or something, and now that story is gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody believes in
course,
her worldview, and it's gone. It is
So if you're saying that Quran is the only divine guidance from the Almighty, all-knowing, all-powerful God,
yeah.
and if we look around the world, then Muslims are the people who are the people of the Quran.
Yes.
Right. If we focus our lens on the relationship between Muslims and the ultimate guidance that has survived the test of time, the Quran, what do you think? What is our relationship? Is it a very active relationship or a very passive type of relationship?
Yeah, this actually aches me. Like, I see the condition of, because I am born Muslim.
Yeah.
I saw my family, my people around me, the way they treat the Quran. That's not good. And we have zero confidence in Quran. Zero confidence. We should have maximum confidence because we never tested that fabric. We have zero confidence in Quran. We are taking everything world is presenting us but the Quran. my family, they will, in my whole family, if you, that's what I'm personally, and then we go with entire human Muslim Ummah. You will see we are, what we do, we recite it beautifully.
Yeah.
And our concern is like, okay, let's suppose I recite Alhamdu and I say Alhamd, anything.
Yeah.
We will be, our ears will be stand up and we will go and rush towards, okay, you did wrong thing. This mistake and that mistake.
Yeah.
But I have zero understanding what I said and nobody is thinking about it.
Yeah.
And my entire family, my home, my society, my political system, my social system, everything is void of this. And nobody is concerned about this. And everybody is concerned how I'll pronounce.
Yeah.
How it will look. Okay, if I pronounce wrong, yes? What God will do? He knows, He's preserved. If I change any word, nothing changed.
Yeah.
This book is well preserved now. You don't need to worry about it.
Though we are not saying that, or what I understand, that a recitation, like reciting the Quran perfectly or, as accurate as possible, it is, it is important. But the concept that we are saying, that does Quran changes our worldview?
Yes.
Do we take our right and wrong from the Quran? Does Quran drive our life?
Exactly.
And that is something different from reciting Quran beautifully or not. So that's a very different
See, the
ballgame.
problem is we are so concerned about this.
Yeah.
Our voice is very beautiful.
Yeah.
We are so concerned.
Yeah.
But the role which Quran needs to play, and it already at the Prophet ﷺ life, what it played, how it shaped the society, is not playing now.
You're right, yeah.
And at the end of the day, we are getting no benefit from the Quran.
Yeah.
It's like, it's an orphan book. It has everything to offer, not to us, to entire humanity.
You're right, yeah.
And what we are doing, we have to, but before this, we need to get that confidence that this book is the guidance for us, not for us, for entire humanity. And now, because this is so, we have to beautify. But before beautify, we have that fabric established. Once that fabric established, now we are getting benefit out of it. And now this light coming from the Quran is shaping the entire world.
Do you think that if Quran is not playing the role that is meant to play, it has language got a role to play? Is there a language barrier?
I have problem with this thought of process because there is a language problem, no doubt about it. But we are living in Urdu-speaking countries.
Yes.
We have no language barrier in English-speaking.
Yeah.
Why? Because we value English.
Yeah.
Our education system valued the English. So we didn't value Quran or Arabic language or anything. And now, even forget about the language, we don't even read the translations.
You're right, yeah.
So what sort of a language barrier is when you are reading a translation?
Yeah,
No barrier at all.
Every world's most mainstream languages, or even not the mainstream, even the colloquial languages, local languages, the Quran has been translated.
Has been translated.
Yeah, so
with all its tafasirs, with all its worldviews, everything now we have.
And especially in this time and age, because this is the time of audio visual, so the scholars of Islam, and for that matter, the scholars of Christendom, Judaism, maybe Hinduism, now everyone is recording videos and doing podcasts and in the audiovisual format. So even if one is so lazy to read the book, you just need to pop in your earphone in your ears and listen while you're on the go.
Exactly.
Yeah. So language barrier, in fact, it's not a barrier anymore.
It's not anymore.
It is. It will be a top up if you learn the language itself. Because what my argument is that when you are reading a translation, that is a work of a human being. Correct. That is not the word of Allah. Exactly. That is not the word of God. The word of God is the Arabic Quran.
That's correct.
Right? So if you know the language, then Quran will actually, the word that you used in your while you were introducing yourself, you will love the Quran.
Exactly.
So that you might still love the Quran while reading through the translation of the Quran in English, in other languages, but you might not love as much as one with the language itself.
I'll add on this line: you cannot translate any language.
Yeah,
that's the truth. Any language you can.
That's
because language has its own history, its own memory, its own idiom, its own rhythm. You cannot translate rhyme.
Yeah.
If rhyme is one rhyme to another rhyme, you cannot translate.
Yeah, yeah.
But in order to live that rhyme, rhyme is rhyming, yes?
Yeah.
But you have no knowledge why this rhyming.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful poem from Allama Iqbal, yes?
Yes.
And you have no, you listen, your rhythm is beautiful. You will not understand what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, okay, it's beautiful. Before that, to extract that wisdom, extract that knowledge out of it, we need to understand.
Yeah.
And then we can extract. Another thing along this same line I wanted to add is this Quran is not for next life. This Quran is meant to guide this life. Next life, you are successful. It will not give you any guidance as the next. You can get some wisdom. God can explain you. You didn't get it. It is a good memory to have. It's good relationship. That enjoyment portion is there. But in real world, where the guidance is, you don't need this guidance next. And this is the
there
most...
are no traffic lights in the afterlife.
Exactly.
So you just keep on going.
Keep on going. This life is meant.
Yes.
And in this, and I'll introduce this, because this guidance, and you'll see human creation, God will talk about.
Yeah.
We are created, Adam, Eve, and then there is a third entity who rebelled against the God. And he promised God that I'll destroy these human beings. And he is on oath, and he is there. We cannot see him.
Yeah.
And God said, not him. We cannot see all his allies, what they're doing.
Yeah.
You'll see now, in case of modern politics, what they're doing backdoor. They are, I show you the Palantir is a software. With software, they're looking after each and every move of us.
You're right, yeah.
We have now tools, we can monitor each single fabric move of individual.
You're right, yeah.
We can do this. And the way we are constructing this new AI world, we can just kill a person from remotest area, from his own home, just bullet come and we can kill him.
And that we saw in the recent battle in Gaza.
What happened here.
Yeah.
What happened. And you know what the Palantir, they say, now we are training this software in real world in Gaza is actually nursery for us training. There we can train in real world, we can train our system, how in any sort of emergency, how the system will operate and work and how it can manage, so we can offer to all the humanity this software because we are training on real world scenarios.
Yeah, this could be another reason why the current Israel-Palestine or conflict in Gaza took so long. They might be dragging it on for training the software.
Yes.
This could be
and this is a known factual information.
Yeah. So what do you think, Hasib, that in current times, our relationship with the Quran, although we just established that it is a passive relationship, right? We might touch the Quran to gain hasanat, but not to drive our lives so much. What do you think? What should be done? And probably this might be my last question. What should be done to make the Quran, bring the Quran in the center stage again?
First thing, I think, we need to understand the modern Western system. And then we have to see what it is offering, it's destroying the human fabric. It is dangerous because it's built by devil himself. The way, it's deceptive. Once you establish Quran is the guidance, these are the principles. And you see the modern Western civilization on its core fabric, it destroying all the moral value, moral framework Quran built slowly one by one. From family, from home, from politics, from every single thing is destroying. So, and we have to pinpoint, this is problem not for anyone, it's for humanity. Because it's a human problem.
But Hasib, you just mentioned that the current secular world or the Western world that you call it, it's built by devil, but we don't see him, as you referred earlier. So how come a person or an entity that we can't even see, how can we put a blame on that entity?
Yeah, that's important because now we established that Quran is the divine guidance.
Yes.
And he gives you the creation story.
Yeah.
And it shows, you can, like for God you cannot see, but God has attributes.
Yes.
Infinite attributes.
Yes.
Devil we cannot see, but he has attributes. What attributes says? He comes in deception. He deceives human being. He presents the beauty. He show you the modern, beautiful building, beautiful infrastructure. He will hide behind, and slowly, and all the garbage he produced in his society, it start casting on religion. It will say it's the religion that caused all the wars.
Yes.
It will say
Very famous argument.
very famous argument. But behind the scene, it was politics. It was human greed. It was the core thing religion doesn't allow. Any religion. But all the wars it played, it used it, it misused it, it abused it, and then blame it on the religion. Similarly, you say nowadays happening in UK, the grooming gang. Grooming gang is across the board. They're talking about in UK that the grooming gangs, the Muslim gangs are there. For that, the data has been constructed by, intelligence agencies to blame on Muslims. This is happening right now.
Wow.
Okay? To create an argument against Islam. And now what they're doing. These Britishers who stayed, Pakistani or different regions, yes, they are product of not Islam. They are product of UK culture.
You're right,
They are secular.
They got nothing to do with their own lineage, and they got nothing to do with their own religion.
They are product of this society. They are product of their upbringing. They are product of their schooling system. They are product of their university. They are product. And now you got this mess which you created, and now you cast on who?
On religion.
On religion.
Very easy.
Very easy. Everywhere you'll see across the board this is happening. Across the board. This is, and you see who can do this. Who will get the benefit? And who is losing? Ordinary human being for whom God sent this guidance, they are not getting, because they are this passive, and they are powerful elite who get the benefit, who knows if this comes up, we will be the loser. They will push this agenda. There's a billionaire class around the world. Now, if you open our DOG and Epstein case, everything is clear, crystal clear. Everything. You see how they're behaving all around the world.
You're right,
And this is crystal clear in front of us.
So now what I understand from your response, Asif, that it is devil, playing the strings from behind. So, okay, we put the blame on him. I understand that Qur'an, because it's a divine guidance protected, sent by the all-knowing, all-merciful God, which in Islam we call Allah. And Allah sends Qur'an, and Qur'an gives us the story of creation. So there are three entities. The first man and the woman, Adam and Hawa, Adam and Eve, and then there is a devil. And the devil is that same person, if you allow me to say that, still exists. He has a very long life. Since he existed before the existence or creation of Adam anyways. And then he is on oath to take as many of the son of Adam to hell as much as he can. And in this world, the world that we are living in, the world how it operates, there are many allies who work on his agenda, right? But this argument, I do understand from a philosophical point of view, but from a very practical point of view, people working in a corporate office, running their small businesses, and not concerned about, God or life hereafter, but that's true for them as well. Right. So how can we present this argument so that people take heed and take it serious?
Yes, that's important, because as long as this system will prevail, the power is accumulating in front of us. It's in the hand of billionaire. Now in one country is in hand. So he is controlling entire fabric of society.
You're right.
And your cost of living is increasing.
You're right.
The source of cost of living is behind these wars. This war is the cause behind the cost of living.
You're right.
The war is behind everything, and the immorality they're generating, and the cause of havoc in psychological havoc, sociological havoc, everything you will see underneath is interconnected.
And probably we can leave this as a question for our audience as well, to name the country, which controls everything and creating, unresting the social fabric of humanity. You go east or west, north or south, every single part of the world, every single household is being disturbed, being dismantled, social fabric being destroyed, wealth being taken away by one country. So we think that the audience is intelligent enough to name the country for themselves. I would just like to conclude on this point, very practical takeaway points, because what I understand, Hasib, because this life, as we earlier established, it is a temporary life. It is not permanent life. It is not a life of eternity. As far as a human existence is concerned, it is very short life, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 years, right? 124 years is the oldest person alive today. He is also, or she is also going to die tomorrow or whenever, So the life hereafter, as we just established through our discussion today, that the life hereafter is our life.
Yes.
And what religion tells us, what God tells us through the preserved commandment, through the preserved guidance, that the life hereafter is a life of eternity. It is never ever going to end. So the people who believe in this ideology, this concept of eternal life, we have and probably I would be very open and very honest to say that I do subscribe to that ideology. I take it and I live my life accordingly. So I, at the same time, I also have the responsibility, or I feel the responsibility, that I need to give this message to others, right? So my simple question, maybe in 30 seconds, if you can reply this, that what I need to do now, so that I can, bring other people on the same page, if you like.
First and foremost, we is a modern construct. We are individualism.
Yeah.
I have to protect my individual, even against my kids, against my family. I have to protect. If Nuh alayhi salam, his son goes out, didn't listen to him, he has to protect himself.
You're right.
And that family bond is gone.
Yeah.
So for me, first and foremost, to protect myself, I have to connect myself to me. Now, if I am connected, but most of my decisions are relying on the society. If I'm doing nothing for society, eventually society will either kill me or absorb me, I'll be in their shape, or my kids will be in their shape. Because society will start consuming all the resources. Either I'll have nothing, or I will live a very dependent life, and it will be a very miserable life. And we want more people. And another thing, as a human being, if you're a good human being, you should think for other what you like for yourself.
You're right, yeah.
You must think.
You're right, yeah.
All the prophets, their core fabric is they will always think better for their fellow human being. As a human being, they will never want any human being to lose. And this is the moral currency you can have in this world, which will give you the best in the hereafter. That's what my...
No, that's all right. So probably we can conclude on this note that this universe is a dependent universe, and it necessitates the existence of an independent being who is always all-knowing, and that independent being has created everything out of his sheer wisdom, and that independent being is, you call it God, you call it superpower, natural power, higher power, but in Islam we call it Allah. He guides humanity through prophets and the book. And the book in the house of Islam, the prophet is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And the last and the final revelation, or the final testament, if you want to call, is Qur'an, the glorious Qur'an, which is preserved from the time of the prophet, and the history and the even modern criticism would agree that this is the same book which was revealed to the prophet and he gave to his nation, which is still preserved. And that is the anchor for whole of the humanity, to not only have a peaceful and a just life as possible, just as possible in here, but a more successful and a more just life in the life hereafter. So with that, I would like to thank Hasib, and there was a very thoughtful discussion, and we hope people enjoy it and learn from it, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us as well, and give us the power of Iman and increase in our faith. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.